Thank you so much for allowing me to speak today and tell you a little bit about who I am and why I'm running. I just want to take a second and thank the Xchange Club for all you do. Groups like you all across this country is what makes this country tick and makes us move. I told a reporter yesterday, it was really funny, we started yesterday morning in Clarksville with the head of Austin Peay University, and we were in Clarksville and Dixon County and Humphreys County last night for a forum. I said, you know, if Congress was full of farmers and frog jumps, Stephen Fincher wouldn't be running. But it's not. It's full of career politicians, elitists that won't listen to the people across this country. And that's why we're in the mess we're in, folks. Congressman Phil Rowe spent the day with me yesterday. Congressman Rowe represents the 1st District of Tennessee. And he said, you know, he told a supporter of mine, he said, I can give you a tour of the White House. I can give you a tour of the Capitol. He said, but I can't do much more than that because we're 40 votes short. And the Democrats have control of the Capitol, of the White House, both houses, and they've had control for almost 2 years, folks. And we've been blamed as Republicans for running our country in the ditch. Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a rocket scientist, but that's crazy. If we're going to get our country out of the ditch, the question that was asked today, focus on the issues is what Stephen Fincher's about. We've lived in frog jump for 7 generations. We've done business in a good fashion, always paid our taxes, done everything by the book, never done anything wrong. This campaign is about the issues of taxes, the economy. We have a Congress that is getting ready to recess, and they don't have a budget. For the first time, I think, in history, they're not dealing with our budget. We need to get on the issues of the engine of our economy is small business, not more bureaucracy in Washington. Not bureaucrats, not more government agencies. Washington doesn't know best, folks. The people across this great nation do. I'm one person, but you're going to see a team going to Washington in November. Probably 50 to 60 to 70 strong. All over this country that are business people, farmers, doctors, bankers. I met a pro football player who's retired that are taking times out of their lives to go serve this country because we're in a mess. If we don't get back to the principles of limited government, can you believe we're dealing with an issue of the Bush tax cuts and they can't come to an agreement on whether to reinstate those tax cuts? If we raise taxes on anybody during a recession, we're not going to get out of the recession, we're going to go deeper in. Folks, if we do not stop punishing the job creators in this country, we're not going to get out of the mess we're in. We need a balanced budget amendment. We need to make Congress responsible for what they do year to year. We don't have that. What we have are career politicians that all they care about is getting elected one more term in Congress. We deserve better. I'm for term limits. We've decided that my wife and I, when we made this decision back in July of 2009, that we would serve 12 years and come back home to frog jump and finish our life. Because I don't want to turn into what some of those guys up there have turned into. My opponent talks about how that in the primary, maybe a statement that Dr. Kirkland made that we used against him. I'm going to tell you something, folks. This may be a news flash for some of you, but my grandparents were Democrats. Ed Jones was a good representative. John Tanner was a good representative. But this is not the party of my grandparents anymore. It's the party of Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi. And they don't represent the 8th District of Tennessee or most places in this country. We deserve better. We deserve checks and balances. And that's what we're going to give them in November. Now, I'm going to tell you something. The Republican Party in the 90s had control, and they blew it. They went crazy spending, no accountability whatsoever. We have got a chance. We have got a chance to do this right and put the people first. And that's what I'm going to do when we win in November. We have got so much to offer in the state of Tennessee. We're a right-to-work state. We don't have a state income tax. We need a good salesman. We've got the mega site in Haywood County. I've been all over the mega site. We've got the port in Lake County. We've got I-69 coming down the west side of the district. We have plenty good things to offer here, but we need a good salesman. And folks, until we start changing policy in Washington, we're not going to get out of this recession. The health care bill that was passed is going to be terrible for business. Cap and trade, cap and tax, financial regulation that dealt with everything in financial problems except what was really the problem, Fannie and Freddie. We need less government, lower taxes, and we need citizen legislators in Washington, not career politicians. I'm doing this for the future of my children in this country. That's it, and I'm coming back home and finishing my life. We deserve better in this country, and we're going to get it in November. God bless you, and thank you for having me today.